What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's predictions number 2 for the Springboks versus Argentina taking place this weekend. Rugby Championship has finally arrived. Yesterday I did the predictions for Australia and New Zealand. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you click on the iCard above so you can relive and watch that video and hear my thoughts on the first game of the Rugby Championship. And also, if you're new here and haven't watched me before, my name's Gareth. I am a rugby fan who loves to share the passion of the sport and predictions, reviews, thoughts and everything on this channel. So if you're new here and haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below so you can become a member and join my subscribers. We are getting so close to 6,000. Could we get it by the end of the Rugby Championship? Only time will tell. But let's get into the thoughts for this game on Saturday. Both teams have a new era, a new beginning. South Africa with Rassie Erasmus, and then obviously Argentina with their coach. I think his name Mario. So much to look forward to between these two teams. Argentina have beaten South Africa before. I think it was in 2015 they beat us in Durban. Now we don't want to relive that. We've always had tough competitions with this team. Last year we didn't do too badly, but there's a lot of room for improvement that I want to see as a South African from the box this weekend. As an Argentinian fan, I think they will want to see a big improvement, especially in defense. If there's improvement in defense, you at least know this team is going somewhere and are moving in the exact direction where they should be going. Argentina did not have a good start to this year, losing to Wales twice, losing to Scotland, so they didn't have a June international series to remember. In fact, they're going to want to forget it, and it's sad. And why I say it's sad is because in Super Rugby, the Jaguars just came from nowhere and just started developing, and the team started gelling together. Made me think there's hope for Argentina rugby. I've got a lot of time for the Argentines. There's so much passion, emotion that these guys show in the game. When you watch that anthem, I'm telling you now, there's always one guy who's emotional in it, because they're so proud to firstly play for their country, to play the sport they love, and are so excited to get on the field and represent. And that is what this game is all about, is the pride of playing for your country. And that's one thing I love about Argentina. But going from the Jaguars, obviously you can't compare Jaguars rugby and Super Rugby against the internationals. Totally different ball game, totally different squads. But I really thought we might see a bit of an improvement, especially one game maybe against Wales, or give Scotland a bit of a fight. But they just didn't seem to do it. They didn't seem to gel. But new coach, new era, new game plans, new systems that are going to be put in place in order to develop this team, and hopefully that they can become the team that we are all petrified of in the World Cup. They are the dark horses. They can win a game from nowhere. They can kick a team out of the World Cup. We all know it, that it's happened before, and they've got a great nation within the rugby union in Argentina. I mean, the sad thing is, and I think the limitations of picking players from overseas is definitely a problem. We've seen it in South Africa, but the rules, I think, and I heard something on the news today that the ruling for picking players from overseas is starting to reduce, which may be a great thing. It will be a fantastic thing for Argentina, because we all know the talent that are playing in Europe at the moment. And if they can have a feed of those guys in Europe and the guys in Argentina who play for the Jaguars, they can really gel up a fantastic rugby team that can compete with the likes of the South Africans, the Australians, and even give the All Blacks a run for their money. Now this weekend is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be tough for the Argentines because they're playing in South Africa. Now Springboks are strong in South Africa. We've got the momentum of the crowd. We're in a good place at the moment. We just beat England in England 2-1 in the 3-test series, and it was truly a remarkable performance from the Springboks. They came from such a bad time, from the November internationals to last week's dismal Rugby Championship, to showing improvement, to showing new things are happening, that Rassie is putting new game plans in place that seem to be working. Now, before you chirp me and say, Gareth, stop talking all South African, there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done, and we all know that. We need to see the team develop. The defense needs to be stronger. The wings need to be more on an attacking field. The backs need to really show who's boss on the field, and we can't let silly missed tackles get us through. Our place kicking needs to be on par in order for us to win it. I said it in yesterday's video. It's important for Barrett and Bernard Foley to be the key members of the team, because if they don't convert their kicks, there's no chance of a win. It's so important to convert a kick, because that kick can be the decider. South Africa drew to Australia twice. Australia could have won those games if Bernard Foley could kick over. South Africa could have won if Elton Yankee could kick over. And that's where I'm going into this weekend's game. Handré Pollard, I really hope he's starting, and I'm almost 100% sure it's going to happen. He needs to be on par. Argentina's kicker needs to be on par. If they can be on par, then that's already pressure on both teams. So we're going to want to see that. I know Proudfoot, who's our forwards coach, says he's excited to see the attack of Argentina and giving our forwards a challenge, because the attack coming from the Argentines is always so strong and powerful, and we need to be alert. The boys in front need to be on alert. They need to know what they're doing, how they're doing it. There's rumours that even Etzebeth could start this weekend, which will be outstanding for him, but it's going to be a big ask. The man hasn't played rugby in months, so it's going to be intense for him. Personally, I would put him on the bench than starting with him. He's just come back from injury. Warm him up into the game and see how things are going. If we find that the Boks are dominating Argentina, then bring him on earlier. If not, play it carefully, because you do not want to put that man back on the injury bin when we have a potential of him playing against Brodie Retallick for the All Blacks or against the Aussies. So they need to be Rassie needs to be clever there. It's going to be intense, and it's going to be powerful. I think the Argentines at the start are going to come in hell's blazing, fighting, pushing, playing to the death. They're going to want to prove a point. They're going to want to shut their critics up. They're going to want to show the rugby world that Argentina are back on the map. Now, technically, we can't expect miracles for the Argentines this year. It's their first season with their coach. Coach is still new and fresh. Same with South Africa, but we've had moments to gel with him. Argentina, I think, have 6 new caps. Not sure who they're going to put in for the Boks, but it'll be interesting to see how the new guys gel. They've obviously got their legends within the team that we all know and love and respect, so those guys are going to have such a big impact with the youngsters. And if they gel together, man, guys, worry when we play in Argentina, because then you've got a totally different game aspect, because at home, those Argentines are strong. But going into this game, I'm fairly confident as a South African supporter. I'm positive. I'm impressed with the team selected. Obviously there are question marks, but as I've said before, there are always going to be question marks with the teams. We can never be 100% satisfied with what our coach gives us, because there are rules and procedures that need to be in place. But with the team we have, I can see that team doing well in this championship. I can see that team giving the All Blacks a run for their money. I can see that team dominating Argentina. But they need to use their brain, and they need to be tactically clever and not kick the flipping ball away and lose possession, because Argentina will just run it back and go straight through us. And that's where our defense needs to be on par. We need to be on par in order to beat the Argentines. The defense needs to be alert, especially if we're kicking away. Faf de Klerk probably never watches this video, but please run with the ball, pass the ball, play your clever runs that you take from the scrums and from the rucks and all that stuff, because that worked. That's what won the games against England. Pollard, kick cleverly. Don't just kick the ball just for the sake of kicking it. Kick it cleverly, but also run the damn ball. Run the ball like the All Blacks. If we run the ball like the All Blacks, we've got a potential of pretty much scoring some fantastic tries. If we don't run the ball and kick it away silly, then Argentina are going to capitalise. Australia is going to capitalise. New Zealand are going to destroy. So it's going to be an interesting aspect coming up this weekend. It's going to be an intense game, and that brings me to my prediction. I think the start is going to be intense. Argentina are going to come in fighting. They're going to be strong. They're going to be on the attack. But South Africa are going to be alert, I think. I think they're going to be aware of the situations. They're going to be aware that Argentina are going to try and do stuff differently in order to scare the team. But for me, I just see South Africa playing a full 80-minute game in this first one. I just see them being focused, determined, strong. I see the leaders within the team standing up and taking care of the youngsters. We saw that, how important that was against England, and I really hope that that can continue going into this game. So, bring me to my prediction. I am going to go Springboks to win this weekend, and I'm going to go by 10 points or more. Big ask, I know, but I just have a feeling that the Springboks are going to be on par this weekend and are going to be on fire, and just be that much but ahead of Argentina. When they go to Argentina, total different aspect. But for me personally, I see the Springboks winning well. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, like I said at the start, hit the subscribe button. More and more championship videos to come, as well as other international videos. So make sure you subscribe. This is a rugby channel, and all other things good as well. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to support Walking Towards G-Man, my channel, please feel free to click on my Patreon link, and feel free to donate if you would like. No pressure at all. It just helps me to develop and get better equipment, lighting and all that jazz. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get to it. I hope you guys enjoy the rugby this weekend. Best of luck to your team that you're supporting, whether it's the All Blacks or whether it's the Aussies or whether South Africa or Argentina. Best of luck, and I hope we can see some exciting rugby. I'll see you soon for the recaps. I can't wait. Enjoy it, stay safe and never give up. Cheers.